guys, and welcome back to my home. I sure do hope that you can see me okay and that this lighting is fine. Obviously I know you can see me, but I hope that the lighting is okay because it is completely cloudy and rainy today, so I have like all the lamps on and it's just a cozy day and perfectly fitting for this video. Today I'm going to be taking you through my fall decor bin and showing you everything that I have that is thrifted, so it's like my little thrifted fall decor collection. And then I'm also going to be taking you through basically my fall thrift grocery list of things that I'm going to need. So we're going to be taking down all of our summer decorations here in probably a week or two. And there's definitely going to be some holes, and I already kind of know the spaces that are going to need some things that I don't already have, and so we're going to need to go thrifting, and I'm going to need a list. So I'm going to be taking you through that list of everything that I'm going to need to still find and hopefully source from a thrift store in the coming weeks. And yeah. So I'm excited. I am 100% a fall girl. I love all the seasons, but fall is extra special because I'm born in October. So I'm a fall baby. I love it. It is so nostalgic. Growing up, having your birthday in the fall is just awesome because you get all the cider donuts and you get the pumpkins and you go through a corn maze. Like, I don't know how many birthdays I had at like our local pumpkin patch. It's just so nostalgic and awesome memories. So I love the fall time and I'm excited to get into it. Let's go grab my fall decor tote and go through everything. I'm gonna take you guys downstairs with me and we're gonna go grab our fall bin, and I'm so excited to go through it. Every year it's like, what do I have? You know, I put out the same stuff pretty much every year. I don't really have a habit of buying a ton of stuff, so it tends to be the same things, but it's always like just so fun to like see everything again because you kind of forget what you have. All right, hold on. This is our spring box, which we will be needing here in a little bit, but we're not quite undecorating yet. That is probably gonna be in another like week or two for me. I'm not sure when the video is gonna go out, but here's our fall box. And then I'm also gonna grab this little tray right here. And I just think that it's so funny because look at this. This tote right here is all I have for fall. That right there is all Christmas. I have 5 totes of decorations for Christmas. Granted, one of the totes, I think only one is ornaments for the tree. And like obviously a tree takes up a lot of space. That's like wrapping paper and supplies and stuff. But I mean, 4 totes of decorations plus, you know, one for a tree. That's just really, really funny. I already feel like I really need to downsize because that's just too much, especially for the size house that we have. Like, we don't have that big of a house. So we only have the one tote though that we need to get right now. And I actually feel like this is not very much. Like, I'm kind of peeking through and looking at it and I'm just like, what do we even have to decorate with? So that is why we're going through it today. Okay, we got her. So the first thing I'm gonna show you was not in the tote because it is semi-new and I just haven't had a chance to decorate with it. And I was like, in the fall time, that'll be it because I love bringing cranberry into my fall decorations. And it is just this cute little hand-painted tray. And it kind of resembles toile, which I know is like super popular right now. I personally really love it. But it's not exactly toile, but kind of looks like it. So I'm excited to find a spot for that this year. And I will say that this is just the stuff that I've thrifted. I just think it's really special to be able to thrift the things that you have, and it's just unique from what everybody else has. There's a little bit more of a hunt to it, so you appreciate it when you find it. And it's, you know, it's a little harder than just being able to Google what you need and order it on Amazon and have it delivered tomorrow. There is a time and place for that, and I appreciate that. but when it comes to this kind of thing, I like to kind of treasure hunt for it. So I'm just going to be showing you my thrifted finds, and as you all know, thrifted includes garage sales, Facebook Marketplace, all that stuff, basically secondhand. So first thing, I have had this tray since high school. I don't know where it's from because I've had it for so long, but it has been one of like the most used things. Like, I don't think I realized when I got it just like how much it would come in handy, and I've just grown to love like the color of this wood more and more. I think when I first got it, maybe it wasn't my favorite, but now I love this tray. Like, every year I'm like, oh, such a good find. So you always need a good tray as a base for decorations, and you can use them in like any room in the house. So that's the first thing, or actually second thing. I'm gonna set these little things aside. If you want to see the entirety of my fall decorations, then definitely subscribe, because I'm going to be taking you along with me when we decorate. So I'm going to be pulling out some of these things that are not thrifted, but if you want to see those, then make sure you're subscribed so that you see that video. Also, it just helps me out a lot and I appreciate it. Alright, this next thing I'm so excited for. I got this over the summertime at a flea market, and it was at like an antique booth. So this is definitely handmade. It is pottery, and it's just so cool. I love how it's just not perfect at all. Like, there's so much just character to it, and I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna put this. I think it would be pretty cute anywhere. I'm thinking maybe on the mantle. I kind of want to do like a layered picture frame thing with like candlesticks and like a vase, so maybe that. But this would also be super cute. This would be cute in the bathroom, like in just a little corner of the bathroom. This would be cute on a dining table or on like a smaller coffee table. You just can't go wrong. This would also be very cute in the kitchen, but I have negative counter space, so we're not gonna be putting it in the kitchen, but I just love it. And it's got the orange interior, so I love decorating for fall with things like that, where it's like it gives fall, but it's not in your face fall. You know what I mean? So I love that. My fall collection is quite limited. I used to decorate my room in high school for every single season, but it is very different when you go from decorating your high school bedroom with just like the cheesy pumpkins and leaf garland and things like that. And no shame if that's how you decorate, but it was very like kiddish. And then you think that you have all these decorations, and then you get married and you move into your own home, which we've only been in this house a little over a year, so this is only our second fall. And you're like, oh, like decorating a house compared to your high school bedroom is just very, very different. And so I have not built up very much of a collection. And then also, just to be blatantly honest, we haven't had the budget since owning a home and being somewhat newlyweds for things like my fall decorations. You know what I mean? So we're pretty limited, and I hope to be able to grow it more and more. But honestly, having a smaller collection of things just allows me more room to like grow throughout the years, rather than starting out with like a ton of junk and then just feeling overwhelmed. So I will take it, and I'm thankful for all the things that I do have. But yeah, definitely excited to hopefully thrift some good things and get good deals for them. So anyways, moving on. Man, I wish I could show you everything that I have in here, but I gotta stick to just thrifted things. Alright, next up is this. Again, I've had this since high school, and I don't remember where it's from, but it is this little candle holder, and it's so cute. So it's this glass like insert that sticks in this metal holder, and then if you see in here, there's a little tea light in there. This would also be super cute if you took that out and just used this as a vase. My mom has a clear one of these, and I believe that's what she does with it. But there is the option for the candle, which I've never actually lit. I really want to be better about actually utilizing my candles and like having that warm ambiance, especially at night or early in the mornings. So I love this, and this definitely is more, I would say, like primitive, which I'm not mad at, especially for the fall. I think that that's really fitting. So I love this one. I have no idea where I'm gonna put it. I don't even think I pulled this out last year. Honestly, we moved in early spring and it just felt like a whirlwind of just like house projects. So I don't even remember where I put things last year. I was trying to find pictures because normally I'm really good about like taking pictures of all the things in case I really liked it and I want to just recreate it next year. No, I have no pictures to be found, and so I'm like, I don't even remember what I did. So it's gonna be maybe a bit of a challenge this year. All right, this I will show you because it was gifted to me, so I didn't buy it, but I'm pretty sure it was new, so it doesn't really count as thrifted, but I will show it to you because it's a cool piece. We got this for our wedding, and I just thought that that was so fun because normally when you get a free wedding, you're getting like basic things like your towels and pots and pans or random things like that. You're not really getting like unnecessary things like fall decor. So this was very exciting to get. And so it is a pillar candle holder, and I did remember sticking this on our dining table last year, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do that again or stick this somewhere else, but it's just very unique and cool and special that we got this for our wedding. This little guy I picked up from a garage sale this past summer, so just a few months ago, and I love it. I think that this could totally be out in the summer, but I already had my summer stuff out by the time I had picked this up, and I didn't really have a spot for it, and I think that it's definitely perfect for fall with the green and kind of that warm background. I just think it's very like cozy, and in the summertime I really like lighter colors like crystal, pinks, greens, things like that, and so this really didn't fit with my summer decor, but I'm very excited to use it in the fall. Alright, this is the last piece of fall decor. I do have a handful of thrifted mugs though, and I switch out my mugs for the seasons. But this is the last piece of decor, this just wrought iron pumpkin, and I don't love decorating with like pumpkins everywhere. I do have a handful of little ones which have just like accumulated over the years, and I don't always use them, but I don't really want to get rid of them. So they're kind of just, you know, here. I might sprinkle them around, but I do have this pumpkin, and to be honest, I don't really know if I love it. And I definitely plan to, as I decorate, if there's something I don't like, I just want to declutter it out and make room for the things that are on my thrift list that I will be getting and hopefully finding and bringing into the home. So we'll see if this guy ends up making it, and if I find a spot that I really like it. It is quite large, and so really it only makes sense to be like up on like the top of something, like maybe my hutch, or like on the floor, because we just don't have a big enough house for this to be like on a table or something. It would just look gigantic. But that is that. Got that at a thrift store in Florida, actually. Alright, now we're on to our thrifted mugs. I think we only have 2? No, 3. So the first one is not even fall, but it's just this clear mug. I've literally had this probably since high school. I was so excited to have a house, if you can't tell, for years. Like I was probably 13, 14, 15 years old, just like so ready to have my own house and decorate it and all the things, and yeah, so I've been storing and preparing for the day, which is today. That's the first mug. We love a good clear mug. It's always good to have, especially like if you are into making your own lattes, then you see like all the layers of foam and stuff. Maybe one day I'll get a latte or espresso machine. This one is kind of random because it's like a brown mug, but it's honestly one of my favorites. It reminds me of an acorn, and I love the shape of it, how it's like curved and then goes out at the top. I will like a mug for its shape, or I will dislike a mug for its shape. And so this is just a brown mug that reminds me of an acorn. I don't know. I like it though. And then this one, I've actually been already using it, but I think I will keep it in with the fall stash because it is green and it has apples on it, and apples just make so much sense for the fall, and it's just so cute. So, got this one from Salvation Army just like, I don't know, last month or 2 months ago. And it has my coffee in it right now, so we're gonna set that back over there. But I love this one. All right, that is the extent of my fall thrift home decor collection. Now let's get into what I hope to thrift for this year's fall collection. I'm gonna walk y'all into my kitchen and show you a few of the spaces that I know I'm going to need to find some things for. So the first is my hutch, which is right here. And all of that is very, very springy. And I just got this, when did I get this? I think I might have gotten this last summer. So I don't even really remember what I put on there for the summertime or for the fall time. I think I like hardly decorated for fall last year. But I didn't have anything up top last year. That is all just new from the springtime. And so all of that is basically going to be taken down and it's going to be left empty, and I know that I want to replace it. So let me kind of like walk you through all that. So starting on this side, this picture this picture frame right here is actually just holding fabric. So that like buffalo check that you see is just a piece of fabric, which is super easy. So I'm just planning on going to Hobby Lobby and picking out something that is more warm, probably like maybe a cream floral, something like very, very muted that just kind of makes it warmed up. Next thing are the florals that go inside of this vase. I plan to keep the vase, although it is like not fall colors. I really like the vase and I think that we can make it work in the fall. So I'm hoping to get some just really nice dried florals, probably also from Hobby Lobby. Potentially like a deep burgundy. I love that color for the fall. So we shall see what I find there. And then these two prints are going to need to be replaced because they are very, very springy. So I have some picture frames in the basement which I could pull from and then maybe just get some like prints off of Etsy. Or if I happen to find like a picture at the thrift store that works, I'm open to that as well. I'm also open to like maybe filling this with baskets or like putting my big wrought iron pumpkin up there. Like it doesn't have to be pictures. So I'm definitely gonna have to play with that a lot. So that may be more of a challenge, but these two things over here will be an easy find. If you guys watched my first thrift video where I took you through the whole house and showed you everything that I had thrifted, you would know how difficult this mantle has been to decorate. And you guys did give me some good ideas. I haven't tried them yet because I don't have the materials to try them. Some of you guys suggested having like a hanging plant down here, and I don't have a hanging plant and I haven't gotten one. So we will see how this goes through the fall time. I've seen some inspiration on Pinterest that I really like, but y'all, it is so hard to find inspiration for mantles on like Pinterest and stuff because they are so grand. Like they're just unrealistic, and if any of you guys like feel me on this, they're just like so over the top that it's like not real people's houses. You know what I mean? Like I want a simple, pretty mantle that's like still decorated and nice, but not like, you know, 4-foot candlesticks up to the ceiling and like, you know, 8 different picture frames layered on top of each other with foliage and like things hanging to the ground. It's just like so extravagant. And I'm like, I just need some simple inspiration here. Also, I cannot find a wraparound fireplace mantle like this for the life of me online, like to see what anybody else has done. So I'm just gonna have to figure it out myself, which is fine. Long story short, the items on the thrift list for this area would be a potential big print or like 2 picture frames. I also need more candlesticks, and I've wanted this I have a set of 3 gold candlesticks that are actually from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I will actually show them to you. Here's one of them right here, and they are great, they do the job, but they definitely don't look old at all. They look like they're from Bed Bath & Beyond, which is fine, and I do like them for what they're worth, but I would love to get more things like this. So this is a candlestick holder, but I'm using it as a bud vase. But if you look, like, the detail is just so much better, and I love, like, the actual brass, like, rubbed look. And so I would love to find a few more candlesticks and just have that kind of, like, mismatched look. And I would also love to find the kind with, like, the handle and, like, the dish with the candlestick holder in the middle. You know what I'm talking about. They are not that hard to find. It's just kind of like hit or miss. And so I have not yet purchased one. I've definitely seen them in store and passed on them, which I regret. So a handful of candlesticks would be on my thrift list as well. And I'm thinking that that vase that I showed you earlier in the video with like the orange interior might work on here. We shall see. I'm really just gonna have to play with it, but I'm gonna finish this list here with my coffee on the couch. And so I showed you the hutch and I showed you the mantle. Oh, also, I would love to find some different florals for inside this basket right here. I love the ones that I have in there, and they honestly could work as like a transition into fall, but it's basically like a fuchsia. And so I would love to find something a little bit more like a deep burgundy or maybe like a burnt orange, something like that. I personally don't love like the wheat and like the everything being cream colored. I do like color, and so I would love to just pull in like some of those warmer colors, like the deep rich colors. I love that. So I would love anything burnt orange, deep like cranberry burgundy. Would not be opposed to any of that. Mustard, not my favorite color. I also don't mind sage green, side note, in my fall decor. Not that I would get sage green florals, but I don't mind decorating with that either. So I like some color. Alright, so this next one I might not be able to find, and that's okay. It may take years for me to be able to find it, but I would love to get a fall either quilt or bedspread. So right now we have a quilt from Cracker Barrel, which we use for like the spring and summer, and I absolutely love it. It is so cute. So maybe I just need to go back to Cracker Barrel and see what other ones they have. I'm not opposed to getting a bedspread brand new. It honestly would probably be easier just to be able to find what I'm actually looking for, but I would love to get like a cream and brown gingham. I don't want something like super gaudy and patterned, but just something, I don't know, maybe like warmer florals or something. I don't really know what I want. I think I'll know it when I see it, and that might be really hard to thrift. So I'm not opposed to getting that one brand new, and so it might not happen this year, but if I do see it, I will snag it. So in that same vein, I would love to get some different fall blankets. I have officially crocheted 2 blankets for myself, and they are both very pink and colorful and summery, and I love them, but I need to crochet some fall ones, and I don't know if I will have time to do that before the fall comes and goes, because I'm already working on a few other projects that I need to get done, some for other people that really need to take priority. So I'm not sure if I will get to that this year, but if I can find some nice throws, some like warmer colors again, and I would honestly love to like have one draped on the back of my couch. I've seen that done and I think it's really pretty, even if it's just like material. I've been wanting to do that for years for Christmas, and I just have not been able to find like a good piece of material, blanket, even a tablecloth, like nothing. It's been so hard, but I look every single time I go to the thrift store. So if I can find something in that vein, that would be nice. And I already mentioned candlesticks. I just want all different shapes, sizes, textures of candlesticks. That would be great. Definitely all brass though, I think. Alright, last but not least is I want to get some dishes for homemade beeswax candles. I'm so excited to be doing that this fall. I still need to get all of my supplies, but I am doing it. Mark my words, I'm doing it this year. I've wanted to do it for so long, and I've been collecting little dishes as I find them, and so I'd love to get even more because I think I only have 2 right now, and I would love to just have them kind of scattered throughout the house. And again, get that like warm ambiance at nighttime or early in the morning. I think it makes it so cozy, but there's actually like proven health benefits to not having like all of your LED lights on all the time and like having you be able to wind down at night. There's like a whole thing. But besides the point, specifically I would love to find some amber glass dishes. I've only ever found one and I didn't really like the shape of it, so I passed. And it's just been so hard to find any more amber glass dishes. I specifically am looking for ones with lids. I'm not opposed to having just like an open candle, but I think the lids really add a lot of charm, and I like that. So any sort of dish, but if we can find some amber, that would be awesome and definitely cozy for the fall. So that is it for this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed seeing my little thrift collection and maybe got some inspiration for other things that you can put on your thrift list this fall. Let me know what you guys are looking for, and if I need to add anything to mine. I would love to just chat about all things fall decor, because to be honest, I feel like I'm in over my head trying to decorate a house. It is just so much more and so different than decorating like just your little bedroom. So if you have any ideas, thoughts, or just want to share what you plan on doing this fall, I would absolutely love to hear them in the comments. And if you love thrifting and home decor and homemaking like I do, then definitely subscribe and join our little community here. I would absolutely love that, and it supports me a lot, and so I appreciate it. But I will see you guys in my next video. I have so many fall videos coming down the pipeline, and I'm here for it. I'm very thrilled. But we may still have some like gardening stuff happening too. I'm not really sure. I have so many like videos in my head. I don't know what the schedule is, but stick around. I would love to have you. And I will see y'all in my next one. Bye!